and a message from God. We'll start with Senator Blumenthal.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Ms. Morrison, would you begin with a view that prosecutors are bad and their cases are riddled with error as a default position, as Senator Lee has just suggested?
No, Senator, and in fact, I would estimate that about 1/3 to 1/2 of my clients who've been freed through DNA and other evidence would not be free today were it not for conscientious prosecutors around the country who worked with me to uncover the truth. And I am very proud of my working relationships with them, and I think the trust that we've collectively built into the system as a result.
I was a prosecutor in a former life, a federal prosecutor, and then I was state attorney general for 20 years. And I will tell you, and I think most prosecutors feel the same way, nothing outraged me more than prosecutorial misconduct. Nothing was more debilitating and degrading to our system of justice than a federal or a state prosecutor purposefully doing injustice. And I would hope that my colleagues on the dais would agree. And the reason is quite simply, there's an added responsibility on the part of a prosecutor to make sure that justice is done, win or lose. I think it was Justice Jackson who said something like, a prosecutor wins when justice is done. Not necessarily with a conviction, but when justice is done. And I assume you would agree with that basic sentiment.
I do, Senator.
And let me ask you, in assisting prosecutors' office, what did you view your role as being? What was your service to them?
Thank you, Senator. So I have one particular area of expertise that I've developed in my 20 years at the Innocence Project, among some related areas, but primarily it's the reinvestigation of old cases, specifically from a time when DNA evidence was not available. So I have trained prosecutors in the responsible use of forensic science, in a practice of jointly reinvestigate cases called conviction integrity reviews, where we put aside the adversarial model and go back and interview witnesses together, share files and information, and it's a truly collaborative effort. I have also done some training on discovery practices, which is the practice through which prosecutors fulfill their constitutional duty to provide evidence favorable to the accused. I have not been involved in shaping front-end policies in misdemeanor cases or lower-level felonies for today's prosecutors, though I'm aware that that's the subject of much debate.
Would it be fair to say that you try to inculcate or give guidance as to how to review cases to assure that justice was done in particular cases?
That's correct, Senator. And I should also add that I have been occasionally involved, though not as an advocate, but to assist prosecutors in the re-prosecution of old cases. So in a number of our cases, the DNA evidence that we uncovered was able to identify the person who actually committed the crime. And so I have provided copies of my files or records or factual information to assist in the re-prosecution, resulting in some of those individuals now currently serving life sentences for murder cases and related matters.
Thank you very much. Mr. Montero, could you talk a little bit about why it's important to prioritize community-based responses to hate crimes in addition to traditional investments in investigations and prosecutions?
Thank you for the question, Senator Blumenthal. It's important because and CRS in particular has the ability to look at patterns or respond to requests from communities that see certain groups or parts of the community having issues where their rights are not respected, or patterns of bullying or harassment that before the commission of a crime or a hate incident, CRS can work to resource and at all points respecting the voice of the local community and local stakeholders, help them work through conflicts that, if left unaddressed, may result in crime.
Thank you. Mr. Chairman, my time has expired. I wish I had more time to talk to these superlatively well-qualified nominees. I think they represent the best of our profession. I thank you for your willingness to serve, and I look forward to supporting you. Thank you very much. And I yield to my colleague from Missouri, Senator Hawley.
Thank you very much, Senator. And thanks to all the nominees for being here today. Congratulations on your nominations. Ms. Morrison, if I could start with you. We've been talking, I think, today about a December 2019 article that you wrote, an opinion piece entitled "Prosecuting